Evacuations are continuing in flood-stricken parts of Central and Eastern Europe, with 17 people dying already in this disaster. Europe Bureau Chief Zoe Ford is in London. Zoe, good morning. So talk us through, can you, the extent of this devastating flooding?
Good morning, Michael. Yes, parts of Romania, the Czech Republic, Austria, Hungary, Poland have all been struck by this flooding. It started with some torrential rain on Friday and over the weekend from Storm Boris, and now the flooding really is inundating a number of these, particularly the border region there between Poland and the Czech Republic. We've seen towns and villages swamped, these picturesque Eastern European places, just surrounded by muddy water, roads ripped apart, rail lines underwater too, and mass evacuations. The latest one in the last few hours in the town of Nysa in Poland, in the southwest there, not far from the border with the Czech Republic. 44,000 people have been told to move to higher ground because they're worried that there's an embankment that's going to burst there and water from a lake is going to see that entire town underwater. And we've seen pictures of the hospital being evacuated there. Another town nearby in the Czech Republic, 70% of that town is submerged by water of up to a metre high. Poland's government has declared this a state of natural disaster and has unlocked around $300 million, the equivalent of Australian $300 million in funding for victims there. In another border town called Ledekzheroy, a dam has burst and that's inundated the town. The water there has started receding and there is a terrible mess left behind. Some of the locals there have been speaking, and they said that in 1997 there was a flood that was deemed the flood of the century, but they believe this one has been worse.
The losses are unimaginable for the city. All the bridges are broken, asphalt is coming off. The town doesn't have the funds to repair it. The city looks like an apocalypse. I would call it a ghost town.
The water was incredible. It was Armageddon. I don't know if you could call it water when the whole trees were flowing. Whole roots, different things, tyres, water heaters. One car has floated in here as well. It was literally taking everything. We don't have a single bridge in Ledek. All the bridges disappeared. We are practically cut off from the world.
Gee, that's not great. Zoe, so which areas are still facing danger?
We've been hearing in the last few hours from the authorities in Budapest, and they believe that the Danube River there is the next risky area. They're asking people to move to higher ground. Locals and the military have started a big sandbagging effort there as well. And there are warnings for 500 kilometres of the Danube River for areas along that stretch. Also in Austria, there is considerable flooding there. Election campaigning ahead of their federal election later this month has been suspended, and they are saying that the next that there has been the wettest autumn on record. In 4 days, they've had the wettest autumn on record since 1950. So Storm Boris moving through these parts of Eastern Europe and is due to hit Italy next. So certainly lots of people on edge across Europe as this storm and the subsequent flooding has moved through.